Hello,
Good evening, sir.
Rukaya. Evening.
Sir, today I will turn off my camera.
Keep my camera off, rather.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Mm.
Good evening, sir.
Hello. Hey, Lena. Ishan is back. Ishan, be more. Tani, the Dulhan, the bride is here. Hey, wow.
Yes, sir.
You look different with the sindoor there now. Suddenly, totally different. Okay, Lena, the difference between a girl who is married and who is not married is here in India, the red line, as you can see here. Yeah, she's married. She got married a week ago, 2 weeks ago. What was the date? The 7th,
7th of Feb.
7th of February. Yes, it's been 2 weeks.
11 days ago, sir.
Where are you, Tani?
In Munger, sir.
Munger. How is the Mungeri lad?
He has a big teasing nature, sir.
He has a big what?
Teasing nature.
What did you
He
hear?
always teases me, sir.
I'm sorry, I'm not getting you.
Sir, she is saying teasing nature, I think.
He teases you a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then your life is done. When you find a husband who teases you, you better smile. Don't give him any energy by being irritated and annoyed. Otherwise, he'll tease you more. Okay, good to have a husband who, I guess, smiles and makes you smile. It's better than having a boring husband who doesn't know how to make jokes. And
Why
Aresh,
didn't you not come to my Mehndi ceremony, sir?
I couldn't make it, but I'm going to visit you because Munger is my sister's place as well. So
Hmm.
I will visit you when you
Okay,
are
okay.
When will you
Thank you.
come, sir?
Bye.
when
You know,
my sister complains as well that I don't visit her a lot. My job keeps me, busy all the time. That's the reason, you know. It's- So
I
every
think I Bangalore.
come again.
When will you come, sir?
You're moving to Bangalore, right?
Yeah. I don't know when will I go, sir.
You don't know when you will go. Okay.
Uh,
But most probably after Holi.
yeah.
But I think Holi he will spend in your house, no?
My mother-in-law said to me, "You don't go to Bihar Sharif.
Not to go.
You want to go to Bihar
Your
Sharif."
mother-in-law asked you not to go to Bihar Sharif for Holi.
Yeah.
So you will spend Holi in the Sasral.
I said to her, "I want to go to Bihar Sharif."
What's the point? Now he's your husband. Be with him. Come on.
We both are arguing with each other, sir.
Uh, Kushi,
It's my first Holi.
uh, next time, what I'm gonna do when I'm eating something really good, I'm gonna send photos to people, When I'm eating something really tasty, I'm gonna share photos in the group so that people can see when I'm eating something really good, and other people will feel hungry maybe to see that. Hey, Simran, how are you doing?
Are you asking me?
Of course, there isn't another Simran here.
Yeah, hello. I'm doing good. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah. Waiting for students to trickle in one by one, Aisha is here as well.
Hmm.
And so is Vikas.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Aisha. Hey, Vikas. How are you doing, Vikas? ये मत कहना विकास नहीं आया, विकास आ गया.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Yes, Vikas. Good evening.
I'm
कहाँ
doing
है?
well. I'm in my village.
Okay. गांव में विकास आया है दोस्तों.
गांव में विकास है.
गांव में
Yes, sir.
विकास. All right. Hey, Diana. Welcome. How are you doing, Diana?
Good evening. I'm
Long,
fine.
long time no see.
Yeah, I was very busy.
You didn't miss us, so you didn't join. How's your child? How's your baby?
Um, he start go to the kindergarten.
Oh, he has started to go to kindergarten. That's lovely. Kindergarten. Okay. Play school, guys, where they teach without using books and notebooks, just through toys and stuff. The idea of play school is amazing for parents who are very busy, those who can't stay at home, like both
Sir,
mom and
your
dad.
voice is breaking up.
Oh, okay. Is it better now, Simran? No. So I think the problem, everybody, I need your feedback. Is my audio clear? Because Simran is saying my
It's
voice,
clear, sir.
it is
Yes,
clear.
sir. I can hear you very well.
You got to change what you are using to hear me on. Maybe the earphones that you're using, they're
Yeah,
not.
right.
Yeah. So first of all, I'm going to check your homework, people. In the practice book, there were a couple of pages, easy exercises, I guess. Complete the sentences with the correct of the verbs. Rasana is going to be absent for 2 days. Maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow she'll be back. Complete the sentences at the doctor's. At a doctor's, at the doctor's. At a doctor's means you don't know who the doctor is, just any doctor. And at the doctor's means the regular doctor, the one okay, at the doctor's. Sumit, Sumit, be on camera. And I told you the difference between at a doctor's and at the doctor's. When you say the speaker and the listener are both familiar who the doctor is here. Okay. And when you don't, then you can say at a doctor's. Complete the sentences with the correct form of the verbs in the box. Okay. Swallow, take, feel, drink, blow, ache, be, hurt, sneeze, go, sprain. Okay. So pronounce this word, everybody. How do you pronounce it?
Swallow.
Swallow.
Swallow? No, swallow.
Swallow.
Swallow. Okay. It is swallow.
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 Yeah. Everybody, it is swallow. Okay. Swallow. And next is easy. Next is easy. How do you pronounce this one?
Blow.
Blow. Okay. Blow the candles when it is your birthday. Next. How do you pronounce this?
Egg.
Ache. 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 थोड़ा लंबा ache. Okay.
Egg.
Ache. Ache means pain. All right. Uh, let's pronounce this.
Hurt.
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 Hurt. Okay. Good.
Sneeze. Sneeze. Sprain.
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 Sneeze. Sneeze. And sprain. All right. Let's look at these sentences. I've got flu. British English.
My
I've got
body.
flu. My body aches all over. This is a verb here. My body aches all over, and I
Field trip.
feel
Feel
Terrible.
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 I feel terrible.
Terrible, terrible, terrible.
Terrible.
Yes, terrible. Everybody, terrible.
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 Yeah, perfect. Terrible. I feel terrible. Number two, I've got a cold. I can't stop
Coughing.
Can't
Sneeze.
stop sneezing.
Sneezing
Blowing my nose.
got a cold. I can't stop sneezing and
and blowing my nose.
blowing my nose.
Blowing my nose.
Blowing my nose. Okay. Blow your nose. Do I have to show you?
No, sir.
Okay. Number three. Number three.
I have
I
sprained my
sprained my
ankle.
ankle.
I have
I have
sprained
sprained
ankle.
my ankle.
I have a
It really
sprain.
hurts to walk.
The present perfect. I have a
Sprained.
sprain. My
Yes,
ankle.
sir.
It really
Hurts to walk.
Hurts
Really
to walk.
hurts.
to
Really hurts
walk.
to walk.
It hurts to walk. And it hurts to talk about her as well now, guys.
Yes.
Yeah. How many of you got a smile? Vikas got a smile on his face. And Kushi got a smile on her face. Sumit got a smile on his face when I said it hurts to talk about her. Okay. Yeah. It hurts to walk. It really hurts to walk. Okay. Next. I've got food poisoning. I've got food poisoning.
I have
I've
sick.
been
I
sick
have
3 times.
Been
I
sick.
have been sick 3 times.
I've been sick. I've been sick 3 times. I've been sick 3 times. Sick means bimar? No, 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 no. That is a different meaning. Here it means vomit.
Vomiting.
I have
Yeah.
vomited 3 times. I have vomited 3 times. I have thrown up 3 times. I have puked 3 times. Okay. Puke verb is very common in American English. Puking, puke. Okay. But in English, the most common phrase is throw up. Okay. I have thrown up 3 times. I have been sick 3 times. I have vomited 3 times. I've got food poisoning. Number five,
I've got a sore throat.
I
I
can't
can't swallow.
swallow.
My glands are swollen.
okay. You guys mispronounce that word one more time. I can't swallow.
Swallow.
I can't
I
swallow.
can't swallow. My
And my
glands are
glands
swollen.
are swollen.
Gland.
My
Swollen.
glands are swollen. Swollen means bigger in size. If something is swollen, it is bigger in size, round. Okay. Like cheeks are swollen, glands are swollen, any part of your body is swollen, then it is rounder and bigger and unnaturally. Okay. Yeah. Because of some pain or something, some infection. Right. Number six, I've got
I have got diarrhea. I have to go to the
Go to
toilet now.
the toilet now.
I've got diarrhea. I have to go to the toilet now. I've got diarrhea. I have to go to the toilet now. Okay. It's important to
Drink
It's
lots of
important
Drink
to
fluid.
drink
lots
lots
of
of
fluids
fluids when you
when
have
you
a high
have
temperature.
high
We have
temperature.
a high
When you have a high
temperature.
temperature.
when you have a high temperature. In English, temperature can be countable. Okay. When you have a high temperature. A high temperature. This A is important when you have a high temperature. 8. I have just had an operation. I have just had an operation.
I have just had an operation. I have to
Take
take
things
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 easy for
easy
a
for a
for
couple
a
of
couple of
couple of
weeks.
weeks.
Couple of days.
Good job. I have to take things easy. I have to take things easy, which means relax. I have to take things easy, not work very hard. Take things easy means not work very hard for a couple of weeks because I've just had an operation. Which tense is it?
present perfect.
Present perfect.
The present perfect. And why? Because the
It's
time
talk
of
about
the
experience.
and
No,
it's actually about experience. To be honest here, it's not because you're talking about something that has recently happened, and you're not mentioning the time. Okay, so I've just had an operation. Just here tells you it is not an experience.
experience.
But if
Okay.
I ask you, have you ever had an operation? Then it is about experience. Have you ever had an operation, people? Ask me.
Have you
Have you ever had
have
an
you ever
operation, sir?
had an audition?
Yeah, I've had an operation, and I can't tell you more about it. It's embarrassing. Okay. So,
I have
you know,
had an impression too, sir.
yeah, you've had an operation too, Arish?
Yes,
Can you tell
gluteal
us
operation.
what it was about?
It was about knee operation.
It was a knee operation. How old were you? When did that happen?
2020, 2020 or 2019.
My God, 5 years ago. A knee operation.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yes,
What?
yes. I had an accident. I fallen from the bike.
Fell off. Fell off.
Yeah, I fell off from the bike. So
Mm,
the
okay.
doctor has given me injections, and they did some surgeries for a few days. I was on bed.
I see. It was not a major surgery. Rosanna, I thought you were going to be back tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Good to see you today. Would you like to tell them about how a husband can tease his wife? Today, a newly married girl here, we have Tani back in the class, and Tani was telling us how her husband loves teasing her, you know. So you guys won't know how Rosanna's husband teased her, how she's dealing with it. Rosanna, want to talk about it, Rosanna?
No.
Okay. So, guys, review section. Lucky is downstairs and the door is locked. So he's messaging me. Please ask somebody to open the door. Guys, give me a second. I'll be back. Okay. Doing great. Thank you. So, yeah. Review section. Correct the mistakes in each sentence. He hasn't to work. He's a multimillionaire. Is it correct? Correct it, please. Everybody send your answers to me. I have seen Aisha's homework, but other people, please send your answers. Other people, send your answers to me.
Chị cháu về in
Yeah.
Telegram, in chat room.
Wherever. No, on Telegram would be better because I can look at it later as well.
I've sent you personally.
Personally, no, there is a different pronunciation. Personally, no, personally, okay? Personally. Oh, Kushi, I know. I know what's going on. Okay, let's see. He hasn't to work is not correct English, right? The sentence should be, he doesn't
He
have,
doesn't have to
he
work.
doesn't have to work. He doesn't have to work. He
He
doesn't have
doesn't
to,
have to work. It's a multi-millionaire.
multi-millionaire. He doesn't have to work. He's a multi-millionaire. When you are so rich, you don't work because you have to. You work because you want to. Okay, number 2. Have you to wear a uniform for your job? Again, this is not correct English.
Do you have to
Do you
wear a
have to
uniform
wear
Do
for
a
you
your
have to
uniform
job?
for
wear
your
a
job?
uniform for your
Yeah,
job?
I have to and I love it. Okay, I love my uniform, my dark red maroon t-shirt and my what color? Okay, it is olive green, but very, very light shade of olive green pants. I love my uniform at school. I think I look good in them. Do you have to wear uniform for your job? Next. Number 3, I have studied hard because I want to get a good job. I have to study hard.
Have to.
I have to
Study
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 hard.
hard
hard.
because I want to get a good job.
I have to study hard. Okay. Number 4,
We don't have to
We
get up
don't have
early
to
on
get up
Saturday.
early on Saturday.
just a second. Mhm. Okay. So, yeah, I have to study hard because I want to get a good job. Number 4, we not have to get up early on Saturday.
We don't have to
We do
get up
not have to
early.
get up early on Saturday. We don't have to.
We don't have to, right? We don't have to get up early on Saturday. We don't have to get up early on Saturday. Number 5, when I was a child, I have to help my
I
mother
had to.
with,
I had to
I
help
had
my
to help my mother with the housework.
I had to. When I was a child, I had to help my mother with the housework.
Hmm.
I had no choice. I
Yeah.
had to.
I had to.
Yeah, I had to. Hmm. Number 6,
Do you have
Do
to
you
go?
have to
Do
take
you
an
have
English
Do you have to
lesson
go
today?
to an
uh,
English lesson today? Today.
do you
do you
have
have an English lesson today?
have to do an English lesson today.
to do an English lesson today, or do you have an English lesson today? Just drop 2 and it is correct. Do you
Yeah.
have an English lesson today? Do you have an English lesson today? That's also
Yeah.
correct. You don't have to use this 2. Just drop this 2 and you're fine. Do you have an English lesson today? 7.
You shouldn't eat this soup if you don't like it.
You don't
That's
have
a
to eat
different thing.
if you
That's a
don't.
different thing. That's a different thing. But the sentence is you mustn't eat the soup if you don't like it. This is different. We want to say you don't have to eat the soup if you don't like it.
Yeah, you don't have.
There is no obligation on you. You don't have to. You don't have to eat the
Don't.
soup if you don't like it.
Okay.
Suppose a friend is giving you a little bit too much of attitude when you are inviting him or her to your birthday party. Then you say, listen, you don't have to come if you don't want to. You also got a little offended, okay? So you say, hey, listen, you don't have to come if you don't want to. That's all right, fine, no problems. You don't have to come if you don't want to. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. You don't have to eat the soup if you don't like it. Everything was great at Apurva's wedding. Everything was amazing. The food, the Gulgappas, everything, the whole arrangement, except for one thing. One thing was not good at all. It was the
What's that?
soup. It was the soup. It was the soup. I didn't like it. I think the people who made the soup, I don't know what they did, but it didn't taste great. Everything else was amazing, superb, except for the soup. You don't have to eat the soup if you don't like it. Number 8.
I
I don't
don't
think
think you
I
say
don't
you
think
said marry Kevin.
he doesn't love you.
it doesn't love you.
You have
Who is saying this? Someone who likes Kevin herself. No, someone who wants Kevin for herself. So she's just trying to, manipulate the girl. I don't think you should marry Kevin. He doesn't love you. Kevin actually loves her so much. Who is more manipulative in these matters? Girls or boys? Who is more manipulative?
Boys, sir.
कौन है अपने अपने जात से दगा करने वाला है? किसने लड़का होकर लड़का बोल? You have been boycotted from this boys community. Right now, you will not be considered, from now on, you will not be considered a boy. You were supposed to say girls, 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 right? They are more manipulative when it comes to relationships. Actually, on a serious note, it is just the emotion that makes people do it. Their gender has nothing to do with it, isn't it? It's just the emotion. Sometimes you feel so desperate that you end up doing things like this. And later you find it embarrassing to even talk about, that you have done something so silly. Choose the correct answer. A, B, or C. Number 1. A or B or C, guys? B.
I have to wear glasses.
Glasses because
I have to wear glasses.
very good. But it's okay. I'm 45 now, so it's not a big deal. I have to wear glasses because my eyes aren't very good. How many of you were made to feel bad that you wore glasses? I mean, a lot of people wear glasses here, right? So did anybody ever make you feel bad that you wear glasses or you have to wear glasses? I remember when I was very young, my brother started wearing glasses and he was very sensitive about it. If anybody called him names like Chashmalli or something, he would become really angry, And later, and that made me also sensitive. If anybody insinuated anything like that about my brother, I would not like that person, because I didn't want him to feel bad. But then my daughter is not so sensitive at all. They make jokes about it. And I know lots of people who wear glasses and make jokes about these things. They're not sensitive about, having to wear glasses. So anybody here has been offended, has been a bit sensitive about this here? No, nobody. Okay, good. My sister's husband, he feels particularly proud that his eyesight is pretty good even now. Okay. He feels very proud of it. He often tells me, Bhaiya, how are you doing with your eyes? I'm wearing glasses. I will need them maybe next year. Means I still don't need them. Politically correct statement, diplomatic statement rather, like, maybe I will need them next year. What he's actually saying that I still don't need them. You are old now. Okay. It's fun. Okay. So I have to wear glasses because my eyes aren't very good. Number 2, I think Penny,
Should go to bed.
Should go to bed.
You should go to bed.
I think Penny should go to bed. She looks tired. Okay. Number 3,
We don't
We don't have to go
Have
to
to
the
go
work,
to
go to
work.
work today
weekend.
because it's the weekend.
We don't have to go to work today because it's the weekend. The tone, so that you can understand what you're saying. Not only about getting it right. You need to know what you're saying. Okay. We don't have to go to work today because it's the weekend. Now we don't have to do the dishes. We have a dishwasher, like that. And Tani's husband would be saying, now I don't need to do any cooking by myself. I've got a wife. Okay, number 4.
He is a good cook, sir.
He is a good cook. How many people agree that Tani has become prettier? Yeah? Yeah, she looks amazing, right? What is it about women? Come on. I would like to compare her husband's looks before and after marriage, whether I would like to see whether he has also become more good looking or the other way around because of the responsibilities and all. Yeah.
Marriage
Marriage, what, Aisha?
glow.
Marriage glow. Okay. Yeah. It is true, but again, it doesn't really work for everybody. Number 4.
Do you think
Do you think I should wear this dress to
Please
Joe's
say it
party?
out loud. I'm not reading your message after. You have to say it out loud. I'm not reading your message. I'm not reading your message. Number 4. Do you think I
wear this dress to
wear.
party?
do you think I should wear this dress to Zoe's party? Do you think I should wear this dress? You're taking opinion, right? Suggestion from people. Yeah. Zafri, I'm gonna copy and send the message to her, everything you're saying. Number 5.
I
I must not stay up late.
I have to
I
get up
mustn't
tomorrow.
stay up late. I have to get up early tomorrow. Huh? I mustn't stay up late. I have to get up early tomorrow. Okay. Hello. 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 What's this? Hello. Hello. Okay. Number 5. I mustn't stay up late. I have to get up early tomorrow. Number 6.
You shouldn't do all your boyfriend's washing. Tell him to do it himself.
Потім ще щось і трошечки попрацювати, щоб створити щось нове до початку нового навчального року.
Who's doing this? Whose mic is it?
Сумочку.
I can't hear. I can't see. Whose mic is it? Diana?
It's Rachin, sir.
Yes.
I think Diana.
Okay. You shouldn't do all your boyfriend's washing, Diana. Tell him to do it himself. It's her husband now. Okay. Not the boyfriend anymore. You shouldn't do all your boyfriend's washing. Tell him to do it himself. Okay. Sometimes my daughter says this to my wife. You shouldn't do all papa's, washing and other stuff. Tell him to do it himself. Because I'm fully dependent on my wife. Sometimes I ask her to pour water over my hands so that I can wash. And it irritates my daughter. She says, you just do it for him only, not for me. When I ask you to do things like this, you start preaching me. I say, you see, trees are bent while they're young, Old trees cannot be bent. So I am set in my habits. My wife has kind of given up on me. She knows I can't change. But my daughter is still young. She can be taught manners and things like this. So my wife is a little strict with her, right? Do you guys sometimes feel that your parents sometimes preach you about the same things that they keep doing, The same things that they do? Parents are also using the mobile a lot and ask children not to use the same thing. Yeah. You, Papa? Yeah. You know what you need to do? You need to get him a nice set of Bluetooth earphones so that he doesn't bother you with the high volume of the videos. As a child,
As a child, I had to work in my dad's shop on Saturdays because he was so busy.
As a child, I had to work in my dad's shop on Saturdays because he was so busy. Number 8.
I don't have to go to my English class today because my teacher was off sick.
My teacher was off sick. Okay, my teacher was off sick. It means he was absent because of sickness. He was
Sickness.
off
Yes.
sick. Okay. So I don't have to go to my English class today. Okay, great. And we have already done this.
Yes.
And then vocabulary. This shouldn't be very difficult. It's a 6-letter word. I don't want to talk much today. I've got a sore
Throat.
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 I don't want to talk much today. I don't want to talk much. Number 4. Is that restaurant good?
I have no
I have no
idea.
idea.
I've never eaten
eaten there. I've never eaten
there.
there. I have no idea.
I've never eaten there.
So when you say no idea, you should actually have no idea. Sometimes people know quite a bit and still say I have no idea. I have no idea means I know nothing. I have no idea. Never eaten there. Okay, number 9. The noun form of happy, it's a 9-letter word.
Happiness.
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 Opposite of polite, 4-letter word.
Rude.
Rude.
Rude. Okay, when I was a child, I pronounced it rude, rude. Okay, nobody ever told me it is rude.
Rude.
Yeah, later, much, much later, I learned the correct pronunciation, rude. All my childhood, teenage life, or student life, I pronounced rude. He's so rude. Okay. Panwari. Okay. Appeal. She must be young. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, you know. And I guess Gust. Yeah, this is the best time when young kids are learning to talk. Listening to them is so much fun. So much fun. Okay. So life was harder in the past,
And simpler.
And simpler.
but simpler.
But
Okay, but
But
simpler.
You understand why? Because it is negative, better, negative, simpler, better, positive. So when you have contrasting ideas, then you connect them with and or but.
but
Life was harder in the past, but simpler. Agree? Do you understand why I'm using
yes,
harder goes in the negative side, simpler goes in the positive side. They are contrasting.
positive.
Yeah. 13.
You have broken your
broken
leg.
your leg.
I'll take you
to the
to
hospital.
hospital.
Broken your leg. In English, we have to put the blame on the person. Okay, you have broken your leg. The person will say, "No, I have not done it. It just happened." Understand what I mean? In Indian languages, you don't put the blame on the person. You say, "आपका पैर टूट गया है." You don't say, "आपने तोड़ लिया है," right? But in English, you have to say, "You have broken your leg." Okay, I have hit my head. Means it's not that मैंने जानकर किया, but it happens. Okay. So you've hurt your leg, I'll take you to hospital. You have broken your leg, I'll take you to hospital. Yeah. In English, we say you've broken your leg. There is another sentence as well, which I would like to teach. Okay, guys, sometimes accidents happen, bad accidents happen. Okay. Then there is a particular structure in English that people use, at a higher level. Let me teach. I have had my leg broken. I have had my leg broken. I have had my leg broken. Again, a present perfect sentence it is. And it's a bad accident. It has happened accidentally. Okay. So I've had my leg broken. Have you ever had your luggage stolen on the train? Have you ever had your luggage stolen on the train? In other words, has your luggage ever been stolen on the train? Understand? This is a very common structure in English. Have you ever had your luggage stolen? Have you ever had your luggage stolen? It means, has your luggage been stolen? Okay. But this sentence, second sentence I'm using, is correct grammatically, but this is not what people say. This is what the first one is what is more common. Have you ever had your luggage stolen? Have you ever had your nose broken? Have you ever had your bones broken? Have you ever had any fractures in your body? Like that. Okay. So, yeah, I hope you understood that sentence. Have you ever had your luggage stolen? Have you ever had your nose broken? Means all these things happen accidentally, of course, right? Bad accidents. Last night, last night I had, past simple. Last night I had my, what do I say? Last night I had my house broken into. Okay. Last night I had my house broken into. It means somebody broke into my house last night. Got it? Last night I had my house broken into. So practice this sentence a little bit. Maybe if you need more help, I will give you more help tomorrow or the day after tomorrow when you discuss things with me. Do watch the recording to, revise this particular part, what I just taught. Okay. Number 15. She gave
One of
One
the
of the
most
most
One of the most inspirational speeches
inspirational speeches.
I have ever heard.
Inspirational speeches I've ever heard. She gave one of the inspirational speeches I've ever heard. She gave one of the most inspirational speeches I've ever heard. 16. Bindi Arvind's band was called the
Jungle
Jungle
Girls.
Girl.
Jungle Girls. Okay. Number 17. Opposite of furthest. 7.
nearest
Nearest.
Nearest.
Nearest. Nearest. Number 19. Drivers can suffer from
high rage.
road rage.
Road race.
Uh-huh. Drivers can suffer from road rage. You know what happens, guys? Road rage is a real issue. It's a psychological thing. Somehow, okay, when you have an argument with your neighbors, because you have been with your neighbors for some time, there is something about your relationship that might stop you from being very aggressive, okay, being very violent. But somehow on the road, when you're driving, riding your bike, it is somewhat easier to lose your cool and to just lose the control completely. Okay, road rage, yeah. Number 20. The first Roman newspaper was written on
Stone.
stone, Stone. 5 letters. I need a pen to
Filling up this form. Fill up this form.
I need a pen to fill
Fill in
up.
this form.
Fill in this form.
Fill up is wrong, Simran. You fill up a
Fill in.
three-dimensional thing, beta. You fill up a three-dimensional thing, okay? You can fill up a bucket, okay? You can fill up a bottle, but you can fill in a form or write something in a sentence. Fill in. I need a pen to fill in this form. And if it was American English, it would be, I need a pen to fill out this form. Americans don't say fill in. Americans say fill out. Okay. British people say fill in. And Hindi speakers in India say fill up, which is wrong English. Okay. Yeah. In an exam, you should not say fill up a form. You should say fill in a form. Number 25. I love
Chocolate cake.
It's my
chocolate
favorite.
Chocolate cake.
Right. We are eating in 30 minutes. Be patient.
Be patient.
We are eating in 30 minutes. Be patient. Sometimes
Be
children,
patient.
yeah, sometimes patient. Be patient. Be patient. Have patience. Have patience. Have patience. Be patient. Sometimes children start to, rush their moms, to just serve them quickly. Mummy, is the meal ready? Is the dinner ready? Is the dinner ready again? Okay, like this. So we are eating in 30 minutes. Be patient, okay? I think it's a good idea to, eat at a certain time, develop such habits for your children, help them develop such habits by being a little, strict, maybe. 28. I often chat with my mom on the phone. I often
He
chat
texts me
with mom on
most
the phone.
days.
She texts me most days. There was a time I loved chatting, texting, not so much anymore. 29. You don't have to study to be a
Yes,
chef.
but it helps.
But it helps.
You don't have to study to be a chef, but it helps. Yeah. Number 30. I'm not lucky.
I
I've
have
never
never won a competition.
Won a
won
competition.
a competition. I've never won a
Won a
competition.
competition. I
One,
never
one,
won a
one. Okay.
Won a
But I
competition.
disagree. You don't win a competition because you're lucky. You win a competition because you are deserved. You deserve to win. You have prepared hard enough. You are the best. Number 33. I don't like hats, but I often wear a baseball cap.
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 I don't like hats, but I often wear a baseball cap. Okay. 34. You can't watch
Or
TV
sleep
Until
until you have finished your homework.
Until you have finished your homework.
until you have finished your homework. You can't watch TV until you have finished your homework. Such lovely sentence. I love this sentence, number 34. You guys can say so many things about your day-to-day life with this structure. You can't do this until you do that. Number 35. All archaeologists love to
visit
discovered
an
an Egyptian tomb.
discover an ancient Egyptian tomb.
tomb.
Tomb. Yeah. All archaeologists.
Archaeologist.
Archaeologist.
All archaeologists would love to
Discover an
ancient
Egyptian
tomb.
tomb.
Number 36. It was a lovely day, so we
Decided to go for a walk.
Decided to go
To go for a walk on the beach.
Now some more. My goodness, so many. A jacket with a hood is called a
Hoodie.
Hoodie.
Yeah. Number 3. He's a
Top chef.
top chef. He works for a famous restaurant. Can we go somewhere quieter?
There's too much noisy.
There's too much noise in here.
Noise. There is too much noise in here. Too much noise. There is too much noise in here. Number 5. The noun form of destroy
Destroyer.
is
Destruction.
destruction. The noun form of destroy is destruction. 6. He's 35, but he still lives
At home.
At home.
Okay, I'm 45, but I still live at home. Number 7. Julian Lennon has
Book.
written a children's book.
Written.
Has written a children's book.
Yeah. Number 8.
Turn off the light before you leave.
Turn off the lights before you leave. I have a very bad joke, but anyways, छोड़ देता हूँ ताली तो मैं जाने देता हूँ. Number 10. I have lived in the UK all my life. I have never lived
abroad.
Abroad.
Okay. I have lived in the UK all my life. I have never lived abroad. Right. Number 12. I have just
Started reading this
Started
novel. I have only
reading
read
this novel.
Start
Only
reading.
read a few pages.
I have only read a few pages.
I wear gloves to keep my hands warm.
I've just
To keep my hands warm.
For number 12,
Start
one
reading this novel.
start reading this novel. I have only read a few pages. Number 14, I wear gloves too.
Keep my hands warm.
Keep my hands
Keep my
warm.
warm.
Number 17, you have to
You
pay the
have to
fine.
pay fine. You have no choice.
You have no choice.
You have to pay the
No
fine.
choice.
You have no choice. 18, this
The
quiz isn't
isn't
difficult.
difficult. It's the easiest I have ever done.
Easiest I have ever done.
Easiest I have ever done. 21, do you want some pizza?
Teacher, no thanks. I have already
I
Yes.
have
eaten.
already eaten.
Eaten.
I've already eaten, right?
Yes.
I've already eaten. Yeah. 22, Usain Bolt
Completed.
his
Oh, sorry.
last world championship in
Completed.
2017. Usain Bolt, what in his last world championships? In participated? Are there more words? I don't know.
Completed.
Huh? Competed. Competed sounds better now. COMPETED. Yep, competed. Okay. When you put these letters in the, this here, the crossword, it becomes somewhat easier, right? Because you get a few letters that can help you. Right. Next.
I am really
I'm
looking
really
forward
looking
to the
forward
party.
to the party tonight. I'm really
Forward to
looking
the party tonight.
party tonight. I'm really looking forward to the party. Okay, number 24. When someone
Lend
lends
me money. I
money,
always
you
pay it back.
always pay it back. Yes, sir. That's very necessary. Otherwise, you become somebody dishonest in that person's opinion, I mean, I would hate not to return somebody's money, not to pay back somebody's money. I must add one more thing. I hate to borrow money in the first place, I hate having to borrow money, okay? And then if I did have to, then I would definitely back. Lafri, I'm muting you. It's noisy. Number 25.
My phone was
My
cheaper
phone
than
was
yours. It was
Cheaper.
40
Phone
My
was
phone was
days
cheaper than
in
yours. It was 40 pounds less. My
pounds.
phone was cheaper than yours. 26. I don't want to cook.
How about taking a
How
takeaway?
about getting a takeaway?
I mean, we are not supposed to talk about politics in the class. We shouldn't, I know. But there's just one comment I'm feeling very, very strange about. Donald Trump said that they want 500 billion worth, minerals or rare minerals, from Ukraine. And he wants
sir.
it as compensation for all the money and support America offered Ukraine. Can you believe it? लड़वा दो और उसके बाद कहो कि देख हम तो सपोर्ट करें, घर दे, आधा घर दे हमरा. What is this? Anyways, number 26. I don't want to cook. How about getting a takeaway? I don't want to cook. How about getting a takeaway? Number 6. What number 6, Arish?
I'm so glad.
Yes,
passed the
sir.
test.
In number 6, the sentence is he is 35, but he still lives in home. As I've been taught that home is an adverb, so how it is in English?
First of all, we use at.
Hmm.
He lives at home. He lives at home. Okay, number 26. I don't want to cook. How about getting a takeaway? 31.
About
I'm
getting a
so
Glad
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 I
glad I
passed the
passed the
I
test.
test.
passed the test.
Yeah. Where are you? I'm at home. I spend my Sunday weekends where? At home. I spend my Sunday evenings where? At home. I spend my Sunday evenings at home. So in this sentence, at home is the adverb of place, right? Always say at home. But sometimes home alone can be used as an adverb. For example, I went home. I am home. Okay. So that's another thing. Okay. So basically, I went home. I went home. In this sentence, Went is the verb. And where did you go? I went home. Home is the adverb. You don't need any to here, okay? But at home is a very common phrase in English. And when you say at home is a noun. At is a preposition. And together, they work as adverb of place. Where is your wife? She's at home. Where is she? She's at home. So the answer to the question where is called adverb of place. So at home is a very common adverb of place. Okay, at home, at home, at home. And sometimes only home can be used, especially movement verbs, For example, I went home, I came home, okay? I reached home. We don't need any prepositions here because home itself is an adverb after movement verbs. For example, I came home at 6 o'clock. I reached home at 6 o'clock. I went home at 6 o'clock. Any problems, anybody? But I left home. Home is actually not an adverb. I left home. Home is an object. I left home. Okay, home is an object and it's a noun. Now, you need to be smart enough to do all this because leave has a different meaning, right? I left. Left what? I left home. Okay, I left home. I hope everybody agrees. This home is different from I went home. Understand? Went and left are not the same kind of verbs. Okay, so I left her, I left him, I left school, I left the cinema, I left home. These are all nouns, okay? Got it? So you cannot memorize anything. Look, sometimes what happens when you are learning things at a higher level and you are unable to process it properly, then you come to wrong conclusions so many times. So please understand, at home is a time expression, is an expression of adverb. It's an adverb of place. At home, at home, at home. Home alone can be an adverb too, normally after verbs of movement. I arrived home, I reached home, I came home, I went home, I got home. Any confusions? Any doubts? Let's move on. I'm so glad I passed the test. Okay, so it is over. And homework for tomorrow will be this Snow White and Rose Red. This beautiful story for children, actually. You guys will do. Where do I share? Okay, in the group. It's in the group now, everybody. What a story. Okay. So yesterday I asked you to look at these pictures and guess the story. The professor and his driver. Okay. So now you can read the story here. Whatever story you made, fine. Now you can read the story here, what the story was. And while you're reading, you have to choose the right conjunctions. You have to join, with the right words. So let's do it. Isn't it the task? Yeah. Read the story, choose the correct joining words. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, everybody. Yes, Rukaiya, you can be done. No problems. I'll see you tomorrow. Read the text, join the sentences, the parts with the correct linking word.
The complete story is not there.
Actually, you have to make a guess about the ending. That's why. Shall we check? Let's check.
Yes, sir.
Professor Higgs, one of the world's top astrophysicists,
Physics.
one of plural, one of plural, one of my uncles, one of my friends, one of my teachers, one of the world's top astrophysicists, was giving a 6-month lecture, was giving a 6-month lecture tour of universities around Europe. He was giving a 6-month lecture tour of universities around Europe. Lecture tour of universities, okay, around Europe. So you have to keep phrases separately, around Europe, okay? Around Europe means around the sun, that way around Europe? No.
No, sir. In
When I say
Europe,
around the sun, it's different. When I say around Europe means in different parts of Europe, right? Around India means in different parts of India. Everybody clear?
Yes.
Okay. Across Europe as well. Around Europe, across Europe. Okay, around Europe. He only had one more lecture to give before the
Before
tour
the
ended.
tour ended.
He only had one more lecture to give before the tour ended. It means he was close to the end of the tour. Only one tour was left. Okay, he had only one more lecture to give before the tour ended. He had only one more lecture left, actually. Okay, the tour was almost over. Just one more lecture was left.
yes.
He had only one more lecture to go or to give before the tour ended. Higgs did this sentence, okay, in Hindi we say it in a very different way. We phrase it very differently in Hindi. Do not translate it, word by word, literally, okay? In Hindi we'll say, उसके टूर खत्म होने में सिर्फ एक लेक्चर बचा था. This is what you will say. उसका टूर खत्म होने में सिर्फ एक लेक्चर बचा था. He only had one more lecture to give before the tour ended. Higgs didn't like flying.
Flying. So he traveled by
The
car.
professor didn't like flying. The professor didn't like flying. So he traveled by car.
So he
He
traveled
had
by
his own driver. He had his
because he was too
had his
tired.
Because he was
because he was too tired to drive. Because he was too tired to drive after he had finished his
After
lecture.
he had finished
After
his
he
lecture.
had finished his lectures. He was too tired to drive after he had finished his lectures. Lectures खत्म होने के बाद उसमें हिम्मत ताकत नहीं रहती थी ड्राइव करने की. He was too tired to drive after he had finished his lectures. The guy had no energy left, right? The guy had no energy left after he had finished his lectures. The lectures made him very tired and he didn't want to drive afterwards. So he had his own driver. One morning,
As
As they were
the last
As they were driving to the last lecture,
as they were driving to the last lecture, his driver, Harry, said,
you know,
you know,
Professor,
Professor,
"No,
I
Professor,
always sit in the hall.
always sit in the
always sit
hall
in the hall. You know,
when
Professor, I always sit in the hall.
when you give your
when you
lecture.
When
give
you
your
When you
give
When
your
lecture,
lecture,
I always sit in the hall. And I know it so well by now. And I know it
so
so well by
well,
now.
well by now,
I could
I
give
think
it
I
my,
could give it myself.
yeah,
Give it.
I could give it myself. The professor says the same things everywhere now. Okay. All right. Of course, Harry was only joking.
But
He was a driver, right? He was only joking.
joking.
But Professor Higgs
Professor
knew
Higgs knew
I knew
Harry
Harry was a clever man.
he was a clever man.
that's the idea.
And
He wanted to test the idea.
test
and
the
he wanted to test the idea.
He wanted to test the idea. Okay, I want to tell you, Sumit, something. You have improved your English since your childhood, reading more or listening more? My guess is you have
By
time reading more. Am
yes,
I right?
sir. It is
The same
yes.
is true about Simran. Okay, she also has good English skills, but she has also spent time reading. Both of you are very much in the same boat. Okay.
Our pronunciations are bad, right, sir?
No, I will not just say that. I'll say that, maybe Simran can say that her pronunciation is bad, okay? But your rhythm, when you try harder, it becomes worse actually, Sumit. Okay. So what you have to do, you have to listen more so that I can notice when you're trying to stress a certain word, okay? You need to just read it without being very conscious about how you sound. First thing, don't worry about how you sound. Don't even think about it.
Okay,
Forget
sir.
about it, that how you sound. It's none of your concern. It should not be your concern how you
Oof.
sound. Let other people bother, okay, about how you sound. You just focus on one thing. You focus on, I want to understand what I'm reading. That's it.
Okay, sir.
He wanted to test.
Actually, I'm listening these days English like
Good.
15 to 20 minutes. I watch videos on YouTube, but I don't think I think I should listen to the audio scripts only and
Hold
not
on.
the YouTube videos.
No, 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 no. Listening, everything is fine as long as you understand what you're listening to. Okay. Just want to say
I
something.
thought
You
I said
see,
this because, sir, though I didn't use those phrases in my daily conversation. That's why I thought,
doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Your active vocabulary is always going to be smaller than your passive vocabulary. So first listen so that your passive vocabulary becomes bigger and bigger. And slowly, as you continue your conversation with other people, your passive vocabulary will change into your active vocabulary as well. So it's just a process. Why I'm saying this? When you're talking to me, your rhythm is so good. But when you read, it sounds so off. Why? You know why?
that.
You're talking, you know what you're saying. So when you know what you're saying, your rhythm cannot be off. Understand what I'm saying? When you know what you're saying, you cannot say it with the wrong rhythm. Okay? But when you're reading and your focus is not on getting the idea, okay? And you're more concerned about how you sound to other people, whether you sound confident, better at English or not. If these are the things going through your mind, then you will stop thinking about what you're reading and it will sound all artificial, your rhythm and all, okay? So that's what I'm talking about. When you spoke so beautifully. So beautifully. Your rhythm was absolutely fine. But when you were reading, it was not so good. Why? Because I think you were trying to just,
That I have understood everything. I was trying to
okay.
showcase this.
Just make sure, understand what you're reading, okay? But don't think about how you sound. It's none of your
Okay,
business like that. It's other people's
got it.
problem. It's other people's problem. Okay. Higgs knew Harry was a clever man and he wanted to test the idea. until as soon as they arrived at the
Soon as
university.
they arrived at the university,
As soon as they arrived at the university,
The professor and Harry swapped clothes. They swapped. Okay. A
Clothes.
gave his clothes to B. B gave his clothes to A. They swapped clothes. Okay. You swap phone numbers. You swap WhatsApp numbers nowadays. When you talk to somebody on the train or somewhere else, you know, you interact and you like each other, then you swap numbers, WhatsApp numbers. Okay. Okay. Next. The professor then sat quietly at the back of the hall.
While Harry gave the lecture.
While Harry
Sat
gave the
quietly at the back of the hall. While Harry gave the lecture, the driver gave the lecture. Harry had a fantastic memory and gave the lecture perfectly. He waited
until the audience had
till the
finished
audience had finished clapping.
the stage.
He waited
and
until the audience had finished clapping and started to leave the stage. Harry started to leave the
suddenly
Suddenly, someone stood up and said,
and said they wanted to ask a
a
question.
question.
Harry listened to the long, complicated question and then he spoke.
Mm, That's a very good question.
That's a very good question. And
And
Although it
although it seems a difficult one,
the
the
answer
answer
is
is actually
very
very simple.
simple.
in fact, it is so simple that
That driver can answer it.
even my driver can answer it. Very interesting, you know, it is very interesting. I mean, don't know whether it actually happened or not, but life sometimes puts you in situations where you have to use your your presence of mind
Sense
to,
of
yeah,
presence.
your presence of mind to get out of those situations, really challenging situations. Like here, you know, it would have been really embarrassing, you know, if their plan would have been out, you know, that the man who gave the lecture was not actually the professor. I think, I don't know, I don't believe it actually happened, because people recognize the professor. Okay, it's not that. I mean, in modern world, every professor has their own Twitter account, their Facebook account, their Instagram account. Everybody knows their faces. How can they put somebody else in their place? It's not possible. So, but still, the idea is interesting, and the message is just the same, that maybe your memory and all these things will get you that far, but you have to use your presence of mind to get really out of difficult situations in life. You cannot prepare for everything. Okay, so we still have a few minutes left, actually. So there are questions for you to answer. Exercise 3, ask and answer the questions with your partner. So shall I maybe open the rooms for you?
Sure.
And you guys will do 3 and 4, okay? That's it. Let's open the rooms. Little
I will also listen.
You will listen. Okay, Diana, no problems. I'll put you in a room with 2 other people, so that you can just listen. Everybody else will talk?
Yes.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Okay. Rusana, Sumit. Okay. I guess we can start then. Let's talk. Is the page in the group? No, I'm put it in the group.
Pronunciation. It is difficult for me. Pronunciation. Pronunciation.
Okay.
Pronunciation.
Pronunciation.
Okay. Diana, I was curious about Aisha. I would like to tell you. Aisha has just taken her uh, high school exam, okay, and she's waiting for the result. And she wants to study at the best university in India. So she cannot get in there without an exam. So she's preparing for an entrance exam to get into the best universities here in India. They're called IITs. This is how you call it to describe the situation. You kept saying, I'm preparing for the entrance exam. How would you know what entrance exam you're talking about? Exactly. This is how it helps, talk to someone who's not from your place, you know, then you need to think about what you're saying and what the other person is listening. So, yeah, in India, a lot of people, those who want to become engineers, there are few government universities which are very, okay. Sorry. The mic was a little far from my mouth. Okay. So I was saying that there are some government universities which are very, very famous and very, very good quality. And if you want to become a good engineer, then you want to get in those universities. But it's not easy to get in those universities. You have to pass a very difficult test. And Aisha is preparing for that test. She has just taken her high school exam. She has graduated from high school. She is very confident that she will pass. And then she will do that entrance exam for that engineering colleges, and then her life will be set if she makes it. All right. So, guys, we are wrapping up for today. You have a little bit of homework, right? One page in the practice book. I've put that in the group as well. And when we meet tomorrow, we'll discuss these conjunctions and different tenses used with them. Okay? Fine. Bye bye, everybody. Good night. Good
Bye,
day.
sir. Good
Bye,
night.
sir.
Bye.
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 Bye.